You ever notice how, when something goes wrong, most people react immediately?
Hurry! Look at what is happening!
Voices get louder.
You can't ignore us!
Movements get faster.
This is unacceptable. Do something! Why are you just standing there?
Panic spreads like static.
This mess, say something! You can't ignore us. We've got the checklist finalized.
But there's
Now
always
take
one
that
person who doesn't rush,
plan into action.
doesn't raise their voice, doesn't mirror the chaos. They're calm, almost unsettlingly calm. And people don't know what to do with that. Some assume they don't care. Some think they're detached. Others mistake it for arrogance. But here's the truth most people miss. Calm in chaos is rarely accidental. There's a very specific psychology behind people who stay composed when others panic. And once you see it, you'll recognize it everywhere. These people experience urgency differently. When something goes wrong, their first instinct isn't action. It's assessment. While others react to the emotion of the moment, they zoom out. They ask, what actually changed? What still matters? What's noise? This isn't slowness. It's prioritization. Their nervous system doesn't immediately interpret chaos as danger. So instead of amplifying the situation, they stabilize it. The first type is the internal regulator. These people learned early that emotional escalation doesn't solve problems. It creates more of them. So their mind developed an internal governor. A quiet pause between stimulus and response. You'll see this in emergencies, deadlines, arguments. While everyone else scrambles, they breathe, they observe. They respond only when they understand the situation well enough to act deliberately. Psychologically, this comes from strong emotional self-regulation. Their sense of safety is internal, not dependent on external calm. If you've ever felt steady while others unraveled, not superior, just steady, this might be you. Then there's the pattern reader. These people have seen chaos before, enough times to recognize its shape. They notice repetition, escalation curves, predictable reactions. So when panic hits, it feels familiar, almost boring. They're not minimizing the problem, they're recognizing the pattern. Their calm comes from knowing that most emergencies follow scripts, and scripts can be navigated. Psychologically, this is experience-based cognition. Their brain retrieves memory instead of generating fear. If you've ever thought, I've seen this before, this will pass, while others spiraled, you understand this mindset. Another type is the energy conservator. Panic costs energy, and these people are acutely aware of that cost. They don't spend emotional currency unless it produces results. So they refuse to react prematurely. This isn't emotional suppression. It's strategic restraint. Their nervous system prefers efficiency over expression, depth over drama. If chaos makes you quieter instead of louder, if urgency makes you focused instead of frantic, this may be your pattern. But the most misunderstood type is the detached clarity thinker. These people don't merge with situations. They observe them. When emotions rise, they step back mentally, not to escape, but to see clearly. They understand that panic narrows perception, and clarity requires distance. Psychologically, they separate identity from circumstance. What's happening isn't who they are. So while others drown in the moment, they stay above it. Not cold, not indifferent, just unentangled. Here's what all these types share. Calm isn't the absence of fear. It's control over attention. While panic hijacks focus, calm preserves it. And in a world that rewards urgency, loud reactions, and visible stress, Staying calm becomes quietly powerful. But this is where people get it wrong. Calm people aren't slow. They're selective. They don't respond to everything. They respond to what matters. So if you've ever been told you're too calm in stressful moments, if people mistake your composure for distance, if chaos makes you quieter instead of louder, it might not be detachment. It might be mastery. And maybe, just maybe, that's not something to fix. If this felt uncomfortably familiar, you're in the right place. Muted Attention explores the psychology of emotional control, quiet strength, and the behaviors most people misinterpret. Subscribe if you prefer clarity over chaos.